Hey folks, what's going on? This is Robot Pool Party. I am Matt, and Joe is pretty sick at the moment, so we have a stand-in, like someone who's going to be a nerd, do a Nerd Blast from us anyway, but luckily he was like, I'm going to co-host because he's got that mad skills. This, of course, is Hunter.
Nice to meet you guys.
You've probably seen Hunter on his YouTube channel, Weapons Grade?
Yeah, Weapons Grade Tabletop, WG Tabletop on Twitter. Yeah, I get around.
And you review board games.
Yeah, I do like tabletop, board games, things like that. I'm going to branch out in the future, but that's what I do right now.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for coming down. I met Hunter playing HeroClix. He was like one of the first people I met doing this stuff, so like that was millions of years ago.
Yeah, man, it's been like 5 years now.
It wasn't been 5 years. It was the Batman set.
That's like 5 years ago.
You're lying.
That's 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know, and so yeah, so like I'm really stoked to have you on here, dude.
Yeah,
We've been looking for you to be on the show.
Really happy to be here.
Oh, and coincidentally, me and Hunter are going to be starting another show. We're going to be
Geek. What do we call it?
Geek Fitness Squad.
Geek Fitness Squad. Yeah, it's essentially we're going to be from 2 different angles. Matt's somebody who works out quite a bit, or at least more than I do. He stays pretty fit. I'm somebody who's just starting to try to lose weight, and we're going to talk about geek fitness, essentially. Like fitness routines done for geeks, and we're gonna kind of review them and talk about what works, what doesn't, and kind of what we've done that week as far as like losing weight. That first show's on Sunday.
Yeah, it'll be our first show. It's gonna be a Google Hangout because we want to keep it more like interactive. We want to encourage the conversation. I think a lot of the problem in the geek community is that like one person out of this group wants to do it and they can't convince their friends. So we wanted to create like a location so that everybody online could come and say, hey, look, dude, you know, I want to get fit, and we're like, dude, we want you to get fit, dude. Come hang out with us. We'll totally get fit. We'll show you some exercises. I think obviously we won't show you exercises. We'll show you some good resources to get where you need to get. And yeah, we want people to watch us and to ask questions and to join us in conversations and stuff like that. It'll be Sundays at 8:15 Central Time, so that's 9:15. Sorry, we're in Texas, so like when I say a time, I assume
everyone knows it.
I assume everybody lives in the Chicago time zone. Unfortunately, this country is fairly big, but so yeah, I mean, and of course it's going to be everything will be archived on YouTube. So once if you don't catch the first couple of episodes, you can see us up, and you know.
Yeah, you get to see me complain about being way out of shape. It's gonna be great. No, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. We got a lot of stuff going on. I've actually got the owner of one of our local game stores interested in being on the show because she works out with a personal trainer.
Oh wow!
So I want to see what she felt or how she feels working out with the personal trainer. So awesome. We got that in the pipeline, and you know. There's a lot of stuff we got going on, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, definitely. Check it out, 8:15 Central Time Sunday.
Yeah, Geek Fitness Squad. So look it up by that. That's the name of the channel. Cool. And we probably won't be able to put a link up until way late. This won't be up until Wednesday afterwards, but we'll leave stuff up. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, this will be on YouTube, so you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing the Geek Fitness Squad weekly, so every Sunday at 8:15. Awesome. Cool. Let's do some topics because we got some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week.
Yeah. And unfortunately we had stuff left over from last week because poor Joe was still what's getting him. Dude, allergies are brutal in Central Texas.
They really are. They kill me all the time. Mm-hmm. Seriously.
But so I'm sure all of y'all have seen the new costume designs for Wonder Woman and Superman. They were out the last episode of Robot Pool Party. We just didn't mention them because I didn't think they were worth mentioning. But apparently there's been some backlash. And not at Superman, which is clearly the stupidest costume Superman has worn in a long time.
I can't tell you how dumb the Superman costume is. It's essentially they take Superman, they take away anything iconic about him, and they're like, you know what we need? T-shirts and jeans. So that's what they throw him in, T-shirts and jeans. And then they like roll up the cuffs of the jeans. It makes him look like an idiot. And that's not the one that's getting the backlash. It's Wonder Woman, which actually looked okay.
Yeah, like the only slight complaint I had about Wonder Woman is she had little spiky things at the end of her bracelets.
Yeah.
But those were no big deal. Like I could totally see her cut somebody's face open on it. That'd be great. But no, the big problem is that people think she's not showing enough skin.
That is absurd, and that it gives comic readers and writers such a bad name. And of course, go ahead and tell them the writers that are doing this.
Yeah, the artists in question are Eric Larson and J. Scott Campbell are complaining about her new outfits.
Essentially, the kings of some of the trashiest art from the 90s. But it annoys me. I mean, that makes everybody look bad. And there's tons of males out here. I'm pretty sure it's been a consensus around here, at least from camera, two guys here, that it looked fine or looked at least decent. It's definitely, if there's anything wrong with it, it's not because it's not enough skin showing.
It kind of reminded me of the Legend of Korra costumes.
Yeah,
that's where
that's a good comparison.
That's I think where they're getting for it. But like here, like this, I just want to do a public service to people out here. But like, there's this thing called the internet. And there are naked women on the internet. If you're really interested in seeing naked women, you can go on the internet and find them. You don't need to go to a comic book to find them. I mean, they're really readily available. There's really no effort. Like, it's Google, say search off, bam, all the naked women you could possibly want to see. And and if you want comic books to be respected as a medium, but when you're like, oh no, I can't read this because this girl's not showing enough skin, you're hurting the medium as a whole. I mean, let's keep the storytelling, let's keep the vivid this tradition going on, and don't just say like, well, I need to see some TNA, because you can see some TNA a million other places for free. You don't need to pay $3.99 and then go like, oh, there's not enough TNA in this.
We already have to deal with Starfire and people screwing that up. We don't need this for Wonder Woman.
Well, good news is she will be wearing an actual clothes in her next series when the universe reboots.
Really excited for that.
But yeah,
but Superman's the one that should get the back.
Yeah, if he should be, he's making fun of any. Like, I think we were talking earlier, and I was like, yeah, he's got blue jeans and the t-shirt because they want him to be the boss. They want him to be Bruce Springsteen,
He's a handkerchief hanging out of his back pocket. He gets some random oil splotch on his forehead he has to wipe off for no reason.
Well, it takes a lot of work repairing his Fortress of Solitude. What was his special incubator? The gestation matrix, or whatever they called it? Yeah, so I mean, if you should be complaining about either of those two costumes, it should be the Superman.
It's gotta be Superman.
It's gotta be.
He's essentially wearing this.
Hunter
it's
is
embarrassing.
Superman.
I'm cosplaying today. I didn't even notice.
You literally are.
This is amazing. I'm wearing jeans and this Superman t-shirt.
And his jeans are rolled up too. He wasn't just saying that.
They are rolled up. This is crazy, guys. I think I might be Superman. I didn't know how this happened.
You're wearing glasses. Let's see. Holy mackerel!
Oh yeah, no, this is it. Guys, I didn't know this whole time.
Mind blown.
Now I'm Clark Kent. It's
oh,
crazy.
wait, Hunter, you should have been here a few seconds ago. Superman was
I just showed up, man. It's crazy. I know that guy.
But, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Superman bad, there's news on the internet. Get over y'all selves.
I think that covers it. That's pretty much it.
Alright, so we got some cool stuff. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to produce and star in Fraggle Rock. Danger carries away, worries for another day. I don't remember the rest of the words because I didn't have cable. So
Down in Fraggle Rock? That's all I know. It ends with
Down in Fraggle Rock. Yes, do you remember like the short-lived Fraggle Rock cartoon they had on Saturday mornings? It came on after Muppet Babies.
Yeah, because it was weird because I thought it was odd to me that they had a second show for a show that I didn't really watch in the first place. And it's interesting. I'm interested in this because I don't know what he's going to be in Fraggle Rock exactly.
I'm assuming they're going to be something along the lines of Muppets, where it's going to have like Jason Segel kind of thing.
What if they do something along the lines of the Smurfs?
Ooh, that would be great.
Are you sure? Wait, did we see the same Smurfs?
Or right, it was a gritty reboot where like Papa Smurf had to go revenge on Gargamel and like he cut his fingers off and stuff like that.
I think you're thinking of the movie Seven.
Oh, I get those confused all the time.
But no, the Smurfs was horrible. But you're right. If they went the route where it was like Jason Segel doing he's like goofy guy, and there happened to be Muppets, or it's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt being himself, and there's Fraggles for some reason, I could see that. I want to see if they get to play the puppet dog though. That's the dog that chased him into the Fraggle Rock. What if it is a gritty reboot and the dog gets him this time?
Oh no, Red! Game over!
Game over, Fraggles.
But yeah, that's got a potential for being good and a potential for being bad.
Really, yeah, but it's just Gordon-Levitt. I'll give him.
He does have the benefit of the doubt.
He's got the wrong rock. Where everyone's waiting for the third Rock from the Sun reboot, and that's really what we're looking for. I'm waiting for the Angels in the outfield too. I think we're really close. I think Tony Danza's still alive.
Oh, you know what?
Joseph
Gordon-Levitt can come back as a coach, and he's all washed up, and they're like, "What happened to the love you had in the early game?" I was like, "That was all Angel related."
Now, Devil's in the dugout.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, and then the Angels will come back, and like, it's not like they had like any. Oh, is Christopher Lloyd alive?
Yeah. It could happen.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd's still alive. Tony, that whole cast is still alive. Everyone could come back for that movie. Devil's in the dugout. Angels in the outfield too.
Yes, dude, they gotta take care of it. It's like a game for your soul, dude. A game for your soul.
How did we get here from Fraggle Rock? I don't remember, but we need this new movie to happen. That's where we're getting. Forget Fraggle Rock. Angel in the Outfield 2.
Angel in the Outfield.
I still
let's
vote
forget-
Third Rock. John Lithgow is such a great actor.
Yes, he's actually way too good for Third Rock for this. He's a little too skilled for that.
Was anybody else stoked when you bought your Honey Nut Cheerios or whatever, and they had like a children's book, and then it was written by John Lithgow?
I don't remember that.
It was like probably like 5 or 6 years ago. It was like just like Cheerios had children's books written by John Lithgow. You're like, no way.
I feel like he did a lot of 1-800-COLLECT or 10-10-220 commercials back in the late 90s. Something that was way outside his pay grade. Like he shouldn't have been doing that.
Maybe he owed somebody a favor. Maybe they were canceling some debts. Or...
That was weird. I remember he was in some one of those old phone commercials back when we still used those things. Like payphones and like home phones and
Hey,
stuff.
dude, that totally fed what's his face until he married Courtney Cox.
Sure.
David Arquette.
Yeah,
David Arquette.
Right.
He was like, I can eat this week 10-10 because you'll hit 10-10. Dude, remember when Alf shilled those?
Yes.
You're
That's
like, Alf's
insanity.
back and he's selling us.
He's selling us a quick mobile fix. Weird.
Gosh. All right, so I've got a rumor. And it hasn't been confirmed, but it's a rumor that I like, so I'm totally going to spread the hell out of it. And it's believable. It was like, remember when I said, when I was like, I heard a rumor that Spider-Man was going to be in the Marvel Universe, and I was like, I don't care if it's true or not, I'm going to spread this rumor because it's something
watched
I
that
want
episode, yes.
Yes.
I kept spreading that rumor for you.
Yes, and then that happened. So I'm hoping this one, and this one's more plausible because it's the same production company.
Yeah.
But the rumor is that Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, has been cast, and she will appear in Avengers 2. Which is, of course, phenomenal because Captain Marvel is pretty rad, you know, and her movie's being pushed back too far. But, like, you know, it'll just be great. It'll be a great tease.
It'll be a stinger. It has to be a stinger, like a post-credits.
I hope not. I hope it's actual stuff. Like, I hope it's they're touring some military facility and we see her before she gets her powers.
Or maybe, they could just say this is Carol. This is like Sergeant Danvers or something like
Colonel
that.
What was her rank?
They'll be like, this is something Danvers.
Yeah, Danvers.
And then you'll be like, oh, okay, cool.
And then everybody in the audience will be like, yeah, like all the fanboys and everybody.
Half the audience, or like a third, or a quarter, or like 10 guys. 2 guys in the front row are gonna be like, yeah. Everybody else is gonna be like, who's that? That's what I should know.
And you know what? And those people that are like, who's that? Like 2 years from now, you're like, Carol. You're like, I was here from the beginning.
You're gonna be like a Carol Danvers hipster.
Yeah.
You're like, I was there before Miss Marvel was cool.
I was putting a mohawk on the top of my hat before that.
If they went Mohawk Miss Marvel, that would be insane. I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's
That would
not
be
gonna happen.
nuts. That would be the coolest.
Yeah, like I don't like the mohawk hat. Like
The actual Mohawk would be cool.
Yeah.
Like an actual Mohawk.
But,
They have to do it with Storm too.
That would be killer. I'd totally do that. I hope they do that, honestly.
while we're speaking of Storm, Halle Berry, somebody else are only signed up for the Apocalypse. They're not gonna
Jennifer
do it.
Lawrence. This is the last
No. Original X-Men. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence too. Jennifer
Lawrence is the last time she's gonna play Mystique.
But original X-Men are only signed up to do Apocalypse once. And I'm guessing that makes sense because they're rebooting everything.
Yeah, they don't need the originals around for when there's gonna be people from the future or from the past.
Or whatever's going on. And interesting enough, Hugh Jackman is one of the people who I couldn't remember until the exact moment. So it's like, is he not going to be Wolverine anymore? Or is he just not going to be Wolverine?
No, did you hear what he said about Wolverine?
He wants to do Wolverine.
He wants to like Wolverine like forever till he dies, so they can keep him around for a long. Because it's the movie that like made him famous for everything, and he like loves that. So they'll have Wolverine. He'll be Wolverine.
He'll be doing a lot of stuff, and it just will make sense because he's an A-list actor that's already committed to your project.
Yeah.
And you could probably get away with not paying him A-list prices. And that's one of the things we're running into is that these people are becoming A-list actors and they can't afford it anymore.
Jennifer Lawrence kind of sprung up. She was cheap, and now she's expensive.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel sorry for any of the young unknowns that they cast. Like they're casting a nobody for the Spider-Man.
Yeah, which I'm okay with. I'm actually okay with.
Yeah.
They're going younger too.
Yeah,
they're making them like 16.
Teenage. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that reboot, especially since
I'm super looking forward to the reboot. I can't even tell you how happy I am because Amazing Spider-Man was so terrible.
It was so disappointing.
I hated that movie.
It was
ASM. The first one was passable to bad, and the second one was just awful.
I'm gonna go on record and say both of them were worse than Spider-Man 3.
I don't know about. I think the first one was not as bad as Spider-Man 3, but they were both worse than 1 and 2. And then the third, I think Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'd rather watch Spider-Man 3 just because it's so bad. It's funny sometimes. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was just so bad it was embarrassing. I just didn't like it at all.
I'm hoping they learned their lesson. They're like, we're not going to have Robot Suit Rhino, because that was the dumbest thing that I've ever seen.
Everything that they showed in that, they're just going to be like, nope, get rid of it.
Yep.
Sony failed us again.
Yeah, so like, that's yeah, so yeah, dude, Carol Danvers, rock and roll.
Yes, totally on board for that. I will spread this fake rumor. We will get this to happen. We're shaping reality with our rumors.
All right, so we all know that the Marvel Universe is going to reboot, and they're going to be canceling a bunch of stuff and re-shootings and stuff like that. And they announced the new Avengers lineup for once all that mess gets settled. And I'm really stoked about this because, one, Miss Marvel.
Yes.
Been a huge fan of her. Yes, yeah, Miss Marvel, not Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. Been a huge fan of her since she's debuted. I've been following all her books. I'm hoping that she gets an Avengers book and keeps her original books going. I hope they don't use it as an excuse. But that's been one of the best-selling books that they've had in Marvel.
I think they're going to keep her.
Yeah.
I think that's logical.
New Thor, so Lady Thor, but she's not Lady Thor, she's Thor. She's going to be in it. I didn't really pick up the book because I assumed they were going to cancel it because I didn't think they were going to mess with it.
I thought they were too, and this is really, I thought this is the coolest one. Too cool, Jill come with the next one, but the fact that Lady Thor is around and it's like, it feels like she's going to stick is really cool because I thought it was a publicity stunt that they were going to do, and they just be like, oh.
And when the universe rebooted, they were going to be back to regular Thor.
Oh no,
so
regular Thor. Just sell some copies before the universe reboots.
I hadn't even thought. And Iron Man, I'm assuming they mean whatever his fancy name is now.
Yeah, I don't even
Ultimate
know.
Iron Man?
Ultimate Iron Man, something like that, or Superior Iron Man.
Superior Iron Man, yeah.
Right.
So, Miles Morales.
That's the one I'm most excited about. It confirmed that Miles Morales is going to be regular universe now, which is amazing because Miles Morales is my favorite Spider-Man. I got really tired of Peter Parker somewhere like 10 years ago, and like, I mean, it's fine.
It's not Peter Parker's fault. He's got some terrible writers.
They've messed him up to where he's just kind of boring, and everybody they've tried to get.
And I'm sorry, dude. MJ over Gwen any day of the week.
I'm fine with that. That's fair. I think they made Spider-Man boring because they just got written into a corner. There's nothing more to do with them. So every time they tried to replace them with new guys like Scarlet Spider and stuff like that, it just never stuck. So Miles Morales is the closest thing to a new replacement thing, and it's time to refresh. I think Miles Morales is awesome. He's still got the same wit and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's what you expected from a Spider-Man. He's what you want from a teenage superhero.
Yeah, he adds diversity to the lineup.
And that's why Miss Marvel's so awesome.
Yes.
Because she's cracking jokes and trying to do teenage stuff.
Definitely. I like it. It's a really good addition, and I hope that's the Spider-Man they go with for the movie universe, actually, too.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Everyone wants Donald Glover.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they're already casting a 16-year-old. Donald Glover is twice a 16-year-old.
But he looks like a 12-year-old. Give me no, man. Come on.
Next in the crew is Sam as Captain America.
That's cool.
And I picked up his first book, and in his very second book, they turned him evil for access, and I was like, whatever. So I hadn't gone back because I thought he was also going to get rebooted. So the fact that he survives as Captain America post reboot, awesome. The fact that he flies, awesome.
I think that's a cool. This has been I wasn't into. I like Captain America. Okay,
I wasn't a big Captain America fan. But
he's kind of bland, but I never liked the Bucky Barnes Captain America. I wasn't big into that. But this is like a new Cap that I can kind of get behind, just because he has. Bucky was like the same as Captain America except with the arm, and that was it. And he didn't really feel special. This guy can actually fly and do different things that Captain America couldn't do in the past.
And and then Sam was a big part of the current cartoon.
Yeah.
So it was really easy for people who jumped on the car and liked Sam from the cartoon. Were like, oh, he's Captain America. That's totally cool. As opposed to Bucky trying to be Captain back in the day before when he didn't have the likability. And don't get me wrong, Winter Soldier's pretty awesome.
No, Winter Soldier.
Not the movie,
cool.
but the character.
Well, the movie's cool too.
The movie's cool
Winter
too.
Soldier is a cool character. I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
I like what they did with him, but it just when he became Captain America, it wasn't anything different. It was just like a guy doing the Captain America type stuff. They didn't make him very unique.
Yep. Also, is Nova. I'm assuming it's Sam.
Young Nova.
Yeah. So from the cartoon and Vision, and so that's a good way to round up the cast. I like Nova in this situation more than I like him in the Spider-Man cartoon, because in the Spider-Man cartoon he was way overpowered for that team.
Yeah, this team actually has Marvel. It's got Miss Marvel. It's got Thor. So it's gonna even out. I think the only problem with Nova is he can get a little bland, and hopefully he's not the least funny of the three funny people on the team. That might be rough.
Yeah, teenage bickering, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, what if they both try to hook up with Miss Marvel? the love triangle stuff like
interesting. That might be interesting. I don't. I'm not. I want to see some fights. I want to see some fights.
Crush on everybody. So like that's totally a thing.
Yeah, that's fair. That'd be cool. That'd be an interesting way to take it.
Do you see Miss Marvel like reciprocating that though, or do you see them fighting over someone that just kind of ignores both of them?
I can see
and that would be interesting too.
Yeah,
and that's very teenager-esque.
Yeah, and it's like it's teenager-esque, and it's not like pandering to people like that want to ship people like it's gonna be female Thor and Nova for sure and stuff like that. Nah.
There's a huge age difference between those two.
I know.
Because one's a million years.
Robbing the cradle.
And one's 16. So we got one more topic, and it's only been people who, unfortunately, Hunter missed it, but the iZombie TV show debuted.
Yeah.
It's by the guy it's Rob Thomas from Veronica Mars. And I had to check several times to make sure it wasn't Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20.
Of Matchbox 20 and Veronica Mars fame.
Yes, so like, I've never watched Veronica Mars, have you?
I haven't, but I like the idea behind it. Essentially, she like goes back in temporary time or something like that. And from what I understand, iZombie's the same thing. She like eats the brain or whatever, and she like warps and can see stuff.
Yeah, she can see the memories, the person. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's a really cool thing. It had some. It's got this really crazy like mortician that's like her mentor. So that's pretty cool.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, well, like he's like it really comes off as like a fanboy that God, there was some. I keep drawing a Buffy like comparison.
That's cool though. That means it's a good comparison.
But like someone who's a mentor, but also a fanboy mentor.
I get you.
Yeah,
like somebody who's helping her out, but is also like, I like this whole thing. I like a Seth Green type character from Buffy. What's I forgot his character in that show. He wasn't really a mentor though.
No, yeah, like a fanboy mentor.
He's like a fanboy.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying though. I know what you're saying.
So I like where it was going.
Kind of like how Obi-Wan was a fanboy of Luke.
Yeah, like, well, he's watched him for several years. I mean, decades. Yeah. But yeah, so there's that going on. I like it. I hate zombies. I freaking hate zombies. I refuse to watch Walking Dead. I refuse to watch 28 Days Later. I think they're totally played out. This is a very fresh take on the zombie genre. There's a bunch of twist over it. It's created by Mike Allred of Madman. The guy.
Oh yeah.
So when he wrote the comic version of it, so I mean, right there's a good pedigree.
Yeah. Madman's amazing.
And
I'll probably check it out.
It's definitely worth watching. I love the CW is because the very next day you can watch the video online. So it's like if I miss it the next day, I'm like I just got to invest an hour and bam, it's right there. So
actually, I don't think it's fair to call it zombie genre. Because the main character is a zombie, but it's more of a noir.
But it's like
it's a crime procedural / noir type thing. You're right. I'd agree with that. But it does something different with the zombies. I think it's not zombie genre, but it's like zombie characters. And I'm with you. Zombies are played out they're played out everywhere for me. Like I like 28 Days Later, but that came kind of before the burnout. I think 28 Days Later was like the beginning for me when it first came out of like the downfall. Like same thing in tabletop. I mean that's where I specialize in like tabletop games. So you go walk right over there. It's like 10,000 zombie games. So all I see is zombies on like a daily basis, and it annoys the crap out of me.
I'm gonna go and say like I hated zombies before that because I listened to punk rock, and a very close musical genre is rockabilly, and a very subgenre of that, a very annoying subgenre of rockabilly, because rockabillys are not annoying enough, is psychobilly, where it's literally every song is zombies and hot rods. Every song. It's like, we have another song. Is it about zombies? Yes. It's about a hot rod? Yes.
It's called A Zombie Drove My Hot Rod.
Or a zombie stole my hot rod. Zombie. Or I was driving my hot rod and I hit a zombie. And it's like...
It's called Carmageddon.
Song. What?
The Cramps aren't that bad.
Cramps aren't psychobilly.
They were like the godfathers of psychobilly.
They were punk rockers that had their stuff appropriated by the psychobilly genre.
Okay, we've got some tension.
I will agree that they are precursors rather than the actual
progenitors.
Hey, we got another Superman cosplayer. This is the new Superman outfit. It's t-shirt and jeans.
T-shirt and jeans. Dylan just showed up. Dylan is also wearing t-shirts and jeans, so he might be Superman as well.
Actually, it looks Superboy.
He's coming in.
Superboy?
That is Superboy.
He's wearing a black.
Ever watch Young Justice?
Superman, Superboy.
Yeah, Superboy did the t-shirt and blue jeans before it was cool.
Yeah, but and actually it was never cool. And now Superman's doing it
It
too.
totally was cool. He had that jacket for a while and the shades.
Don't call me Superboy.
He's the Metropolis kid.
So they're gonna make Superman do it in real life.
I love it.
All right, let's do some nerd blasphemy.
I have a nerd blasphemy. This was actually what I came on the show to do. I actually had a different one planned, which I'll save because I know I'll be back on here at some point. These guys...
And that one's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just one that... I just thought of this one in the middle of the week. My nerd blasphemy this week is going to be Firefly. And it's not the show. It's not the show. Because I actually enjoy it. I finally got through Firefly. I finally sat down and watched it. I got the DVD, whatever, the 2 DVD entire series set. And I got through it. It's a really cool show. It's if you've never watched it, if you somehow missed Firefly like I did, it's essentially a space western. It's like it's a kind of a dirty space. There's like rogues running around doing stuff. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on. Every episode's like something a little bit different. There's a common thread, but it's a really good show. There's nothing really wrong with it. The problem was I missed it the first time around. It came out on Fox. Fox killed it off. Everyone loved it, but it built this probably the biggest cult following I've ever seen for a 1 season or 1.5, whatever. Like that short of a show, it built an amazingly big cult following where people were just like, bring it back, bring it back. They wouldn't bring it back, and they kept talking it up like it's the greatest show I'm ever going to see in my life, and it's going to change my life. Like I've seen lots of stuff in my life, and it was good, but it was built up way too much, so it could never live up to these insane expectations that people set for me. And the thing that makes me upset is that they called for bringing that show back for a long time, and the studios acquiesced and were like, hey, we'll give you a movie. And no one went and saw the movie. Like, Serenity, I've seen Serenity now too, and Serenity's actually really decent. I liked it a lot. And
the movie.
No one went and saw it.
Is that the Yahtzee?
That's the Yahtzee.
Serenity Yahtzee.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like it's a good property. It's an awesome setting. They still use it for board games. They're actually coming out. They came out with a Firefly board game.
Isn't there a Fantasy Flight?
Or Gale Force 9, and I have it. It's a cool game. One of my friends made from Austin. Scott Morris made a Firefly the Dice game that's coming out later next year. Like, it's still a very popular property, but people just talk it up too much. And at this point, if you're someone who hasn't seen Firefly, go into it blind. Hopefully no one's talked it up, because it's still a really good show, but people need to back off a little bit. If there's someone you have that you know that hasn't seen it, don't just assault them with like it's the best thing you're ever going to see. Just don't go overboard. You can't. No show can live up to that expectation, and there's too many Firefly fans to the point where they're building that expectation even if they don't think they are. And it's unfortunate because it's a really good show. I don't dislike it. It's just that I have a resentment against the fans that like set me up to kind of be disappointed in the show a little bit. Good show though. It's just annoying to me. I hate ragging on people, but my nerd blasphemy is going to be Firefly fans. Sorry guys.
No, like I totally get where you're coming from. Like I would totally like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles if it wasn't for their fans. I just want to punch every Rolling Stones and Beatles fan in the face. And they're all old right now, so if I do that, they'd probably die. Because it's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't a teenager in the 60s, alright?
It is tough. It is tough. I like the Beatles, but I liked the Beatles from a young age. If I didn't listen to the Beatles like my entire life, and someone told me to now, probably wouldn't do it because there's too many people that are just like it's the best band.
It's the greatest band of all time. If you've been paying attention to pop news, one of the dudes from One Direction quit, and people were making crying videos. Haha, he's gone, whatever. And then people were like, "It's not the Beatles." And I'm like, dude, do you really just? I mean. The Beatles aren't that good. Get over it. It's not the greatest band of all time. I can think of a half dozen bands that are better.
Well, compared to One Direction.
I mean, yeah, but One Direction is pretty much the greatest band of our lifetime. And I've
got like 7 1D tattoos. You'll just have to give me a loan to see them all.
Who's your favorite one?
The one that left? Come on, he's got the most talent.
That was dreamy. I don't know any of their names.
I don't know them. I don't know them at all. But he was the hottest.
Yes. Anyway, he's got the most promise. Anyway, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a fan, like you gotta be like a responsible fan, because your fandom could potentially put off other people.
Yeah.
The zombie fiction. It could be good if zombie fans weren't pushing it on me and stuff like that.
Maybe if you just found out about something and you thought it was good independently of someone saying it's the greatest thing ever, Walking Dead's the greatest show you'll ever see, you gotta watch The Walking Dead, it's so amazing. Like It is a good show. I don't keep up with it, but the episodes I've seen I've enjoyed. It's just I don't want people, and that one hasn't been as bad. But Firefly is one that's had like a decade of build up at this point, where they're just like able to they just keep growing in number and they won't stop. They're the zombies. Firefly fans are the real zombies.
Stop the brown coat virus.
Yeah, they are.
We got some comic books. This is going to be interesting. We're going to need somebody else to make fun of us because Joe's not here to make fun of our comic books.
I'll try my best to make fun of stuff.
I can try and make fun of you guys. I mean, you guys could like make fun of my comic book if you wish.
You've been doing this for weeks now. I've been watching all those episodes, and the same like Inhumans ad.
Well, whose fault is that? Well, that's Marvel because they're trying to make Inhumans.
Every time I see it though, I keep thinking, "Oh, Inhumans is out this week." I'm like, "No, wait, that's the ad that y'all keep having on the back."
A lot of people love Black Bolt.
Well, Black Bolt is good, and I think they're trying their hardest to get Inhumans to be a popular product thing for the movie coming out. And I think they should treat it like Guardians of the Galaxy and just let it be an unknown.
I agree.
And the fanboys are going to see it. People who knew Guardians of the Galaxy see it. People who didn't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy went to saw it and were blown away. Like I didn't know a lot about Guardians of the Galaxy. I did a quick Wikipedia search before it came out.
I knew Guardians of the Galaxy. I was still blown away. So
yeah, it was
whatever.
a great movie. So like I think we should just not try to push it so much. Yeah. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm not an executive of the comic book company making millions of dollars. Actually, they're probably not making millions of dollars. Dude, I found out that even the best-selling comic books are only moving like 70,000 units.
Yeah, there's no.
That blew my mind.
It's kind of weird when you think about like numbers wise. You used to have comics that could move 1 million units. Like you actually had million unit sellers, and they can't get anywhere near that anymore. Like at all.
Star Wars though.
They didn't sell 1 million.
They sold a lot, though.
They sold a lot. They sell a lot now. But I think the difference now is that there's more comics that do well. Back then in the 90s, there's like one comic that would sell like a gigantic amount, and then everyone would be like, oh, this is collector's #1 edition, and they would sell like nothing, and then that series would die off. Next Men or something. Actually, Next Men did pretty well.
I like Next Men.
Yeah, I know. Next Men were actually, that was a bad example.
Alright. So I guess I'll go in first.
Let's see what we got.
Alright. Oh, these are old comics that I mixed them up in a bag.
There you go.
There are many ways.
I got a lot, but I'll group a couple of them together because they're kind of similar.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh no, we got some more.
We got some. I bought comics and shifts because I didn't realize that I had missed an issue, and then when I was going back to go buy that issue, I picked up more issues. So it was like
that's kind of what happens. You just kind of go up there and get more stuff.
Yeah. All right. So here's the first one.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and sneak this in here. So.
Because I somehow missed 5.
Deathstroke in here as well.
Yeah, and they were like.
This actually isn't for me. This is for my friend Philip. But Deathstroke, he's liking it a lot. He's like a Deathstroke fanboy though. He's one of those guys that's like Deathstroke's the best. Deadpool's only okay. Deathstroke is the bomb. Like he likes him a lot. But he says it's pretty good. I don't know. What do you think?
It's surprisingly good. The story is that Deadpool has been de-aged, and now he's got to do something.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke. Deathstroke has been de-aged because there's a lot of difference between the two characters.
I know. They're totally two separate characters.
But the end of issue 4, he goes back to Gotham. He's trying to get information from Harley. Harley leads him to the spot. There, coincidentally, there's a bunch of dead people, and it's Gotham City. So guess who shows up? Dun dun dun. She lured Deathstroke into a trap, which gave me new respect for the Harley Quinn character. Yeah. And it was a really awesome direction. And the thing that's, last I checked, I'm checking the names really fast, is that the artist and the writer were the same person who was writing.
I think so. I think you're accurate. I think that's accurate.
But
which is pretty cool.
It's really hard to do because, like, I think sometimes the writers just suck, and sometimes the art, like at drawing, and sometimes the artists are, not very good at writing. So
that's really accurate.
So when it came with that trap that I didn't even see coming, I was like, congrats, dude. That's totally cool.
Now I need to get into Deathstroke. I guess I'll have to read those issues.
What you got?
So I got Gotham Academy. This is a pretty cool one, but I don't know if I kind of like the idea more than I like the actual comic. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of like the school-based stuff. Like I like wizard schools and just goofy, like anything where like they make the characters like an alternate version of characters and stuff like that. I don't know if this is gonna be the dumbest reference, but does anyone remember the show Clone High?
Yes.
I loved the show Clone High. Essentially, like Cleopatra is in high school and Abraham Lincoln was in high school, and that's the feeling I got from it. But it's only okay. It hasn't been like super fun, so it's a little.
I picked up issue 1 of this because because I
didn't like this, I think, at all.
Yeah, I had a rumor that it was like it was going to be the Gotham characters in high school. So like I thought it was the coolest idea ever.
Yeah.
And when it was this, I was totally disappointed. So I haven't picked it back up.
Yeah, that's something else I should mention. It's really not the same conceit that I thought it was.
We have a rebuttal.
Oh no, I kind of like Gotham Academy. Like looking at it from an introduction, for like a young teen who for like a young teen who has not really read a lot of comics yet. I think it's a really great way to get into comics. Also, just throwing it out there, if you like stuff with about schools, it would be pretty cool to pick up the Batman and Robin this week because it is the Harry Potter DC crossover where they're doing all of the
covers,
movie posters. Yeah,
so
it's the Harry Potter this week on Batman and Robin. It looks awesome.
I wish I had some of those from this pile because I got the Green Lantern for the 20.
Forbidden Island.
No. Green Lantern. It was 2001: Space Odyssey cover.
Oh, yeah,
it's amazing.
And the Beetlejuice cover came out with Gotham City Dark this week, Justice League Dark, which is totally awesome.
Etrigan.
Just in case that didn't record, so far in comics we've looked at Gotham Academy, Deathstroke, and Batman and Robin. I'm not a fan of this. I don't think Matt is.
No.
I still am getting it because I'm a sucker. Deathstroke seems pretty cool. Harley's doing cool. I don't like Batman and Robin. I don't like Robin. I don't like Damian Wayne Robin.
Yeah, we don't like his magical powers.
Not a big fan of powers. I think, is the next one the same for
I don't know. We'll see. No.
Okay, you want to use your mind?
You can do yours.
Okay, so my next one might be the one where he makes fun of me. This is Jim and Holograms.
I can't make fun of him because I almost picked it up, but then I changed my mind.
This cover, it's a variant cover, which is cool. Like all they had was variant covers over there, which I guess if they're all variants over there, then does that make anything variant? But the art is amazing. The art looks really cool, and I don't know, it looked pretty neat. I just like the colors they chose.
It's got this anime feel to it. It's really like I'm already spending enough money on nostalgia. I was like, I can pass on
That's fair, but I like it. It looks pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, was it last week we got last time we filmed Bill and Ted? So, here's one of my nostalgias. Transformers. I've always wanted to pick up Transformers. I didn't know where to start because they've got like 7,000 Transformers.
Yeah, Windblade.
I don't know who that is.
Windblade is a kind of a newer character. It's I don't know much about them, but it's it's pretty cool. It's the Combiner Wars.
Yeah, so like I figured there's Devastator, so that's a good start. And it's IDW, and it's always going to have good art. This does look more cartoony than what I'm used to, but it's finally a jumping on point. When the last time I tried to jump on, it had this awesome picture of Ultra Magnus on it, which was like my favorite Transformers character, and then he's just saying, "Stop! It's illegal to sell a comic book with a character on there that's not in the comic book." And I'm like, "Oh, so you just told me that my favorite character is not in this comic book? Okay, so pass."
Yeah, if you want another Transformers series that's really cool, it's like all encompassed, and you find it pretty cheap. Is All Hail Megatron? It's really cool, and essentially Megatron wins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it starts off with like Megatron winning, and then from there on, it's like them coming back and fighting them. It's pretty cool. My all three next are going to be Star Wars related. So I got Star Wars number 3. I like these series so far. I'm kind of surprised how much I like the Star Wars series. All of them so far. I'm really looking forward to the Rebels one because I haven't seen the Rebels show, but I'm going to try to catch that before it comes out. It looks really, and the covers look pretty awesome because it's just so goofy. It's blowing through like 16 stormtroopers.
So like I wasn't able to snag the original issues of any of the Star Wars series. So I'm like, well, you know what? Just because they all sold out so rapidly, I was like, you know what? I'll catch it on the flip side. I'll catch it in the trade, and and see where it's going. Okay, cool. There's another issue that I didn't realize. That it came out, and I'm really kind of bummed about this. But it's Ant-Man, and it looks like he's totally versus the Taskmaster.
Yes.
And I'm embarrassed how much I like this series, but it is the guy who did Superior Foes.
Yes, it's actually really, really good. My brother, who doesn't read a ton of comics, came in one day and he had like all the first 3 issues. He's like, "It's great." I'm like, you never read anything, so I picked it up and I love it. I have that issue too. I almost waited for the variant because I got the variants of the first two, the second printings, where it's all white and the original print cover is like a tiny thing in the middle of it. I kind of want to get it for that one just so they all match up. It looks so cool. This one is I got Princess Leia. This is probably the one I like the least, but I still like it a lot of the stories. And I like how they kind of they're having lots of female characters that are doing cool stuff in Star Wars, because that's always been a big issue that Star Wars has had.
They had one girl.
Female. And almost didn't have a female in the new one. It was just like, it was so close to not having a female at all. So I like that the comics are kind of trying to fix that a little bit. But I like that series. You want to just combo those?
Yeah,
you're ahead of me.
Spider-Gwen 1 and 2. I wanted to pass on this because I was a fan of Silk. And then when the universe was up in the air, and they didn't know if Silk was going to be real or not, I was like, well, why would I give this a thought? I thought maybe they're going to replace her with Spider-Gwen. And like I said, I'm a Mary Jane fan. I think Gwen was dead before I started even picking up a comic book, much less.
Mary Jane was our
Spider Girl,
Spider girlfriend.
Yeah, so so I was like, yeah, you know what, this could be kind of cool, especially since I found out that Silk won't be canceled, and she will be in the universe. So I'm like, yeah, with my girl not being threatened, I will totally give her a shot.
And Silk, I heard, is really good too. I've read Spider-Gwen 1 and 2. I picked up those last week, and I liked them. I liked them a lot. I like the art style. Silk, I need to check out. I might just go over there and grab that.
Yeah, I got 2 last week,
and my last one is the new issue of Darth Vader, which apparently I'm lucky to have gotten. I didn't know it was hard to get, but I'm actually kind of weird. I don't know if I like the way the sexualized chick on the front kind of thing going, but it's okay. These two droids are amazing. I can't remember the names, like 00, 000, something like that. They're awesome. They're like reverse R2D2 C-3PO. It's a really cool series. I think I might like Darth Vader more than the actual main series. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool looking cover, even if it's got that like sexualized chick on it kind of thing. I don't know, but I think that's some pretty good choices actually.
Yeah, dude, it's a good thing when we have people who are comic book fans reviewing our comic.
Sexualized chick is still fully clothed at least.
That is true. That is true. I will give them that. I think she's full. She looks fine. It's just a weird stance. It's kind of a weird, unnatural stance for her to have.
Yeah, Geraldo was doing it good right there. Geraldo looked good. Geraldo.
Yeah, put that thumb in your belt
like that.
Nice. Oh, good choices.
Yeah, dude. Like I think we pulled well. Did stuff, nerd stuff. Comic booked out. Yeah, this was kind of an interesting week in terms of what came out. Like I said, I would like to read the Star Wars stuff. I didn't catch it at the beginning, so...
Yeah, we're already 3 issues in, almost waiting for trade time at this point.
So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching Robot Pool Party. I hope it was exciting, even though I'm not a very good leader as much as Joe was. Joe took charge. Joe, we need his front hand.
I'm really sorry. There were not nearly enough Always Sunny in Philadelphia references. I was not offended at any of his comics as much as I should have been. Joe's awesome. I can't replace him, but I'm very honored to be on the show. Thank you for having me. Thank you for considering me as at least a temporary replacement there.
We're hoping for him to be back next week. I mean, gosh, allergy season is starting to wind down, so, I mean, unless he's just allergic to our mold, then he's screwed. But
if he's allergic to me, he might be screwed, too.
Hunter's in the air.
Hunter's in the air. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Man, it's going on YouTube, man. You might get flagged. That was so accurate to the actual song.
I don't know what song you're talking about.
Oh my god. I forgot your only phone. Thank you. Now we're definitely getting flagged. Phil Collins is coming after you.
Great, I'm at the unplug.
There was a space in between.
Oh, that's true.
And the words "for so long" are not
under 10 seconds. Yeah, we're good. We're good. It's
awesome. Well, thank you for watching Robot Pool Party. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, check out Geek Fitness.
Oh yeah, Geek Fitness coming out. Oh, I forgot to hype our own show.
Yeah, there you go. I'll see you guys. Hopefully I'll be back on the show sometime. Thank you again.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out. Oh yeah, and thanks to our Patrick for filming everything.
You're welcome.